Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm Nina Takesh. This is the Red Elevator. And today we're gonna dive deep into the trends that have overstayed their welcome. So buckle up, because we are about to be brutally honest about what needs to exit the stage left in 2025. First of all, I have to show you something that arrived in the mail. Can you guys guess what this is? Yes! I waited to open this in front of you because this is an ode not just to me, but to you guys. This is a plaque for us and our secret community, which is no longer a secret because there's 100,000 of us. So thank you for that. I didn't open it. My assistant unsealed it for me. So this will be the first look at the plaque, how it arrives. I haven't seen it either. Okay, let's see what's behind this. Oh, there's a letter. There's a letter. Do you remember your first subscriber? I do. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came in your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. Guys, here it is. Here she is. She's in plastic. Okay, I gotta show you a close-up. There's a little, how funny, I didn't even realize there's a little mirror here so you can see yourself. And it's Red Elevator by Nina Takesh for passing 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully you guys see yourselves in this plaque, in this mirror, because I am grateful to every single one of you for subscribing. I am so amazed by this community that we've built together, and I am very exceedingly grateful. And I didn't think this day was going to come. So I am very full of love and gratitude towards you guys. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, if you want to be part of this wonderful community of like-minded people who are kind, who are generous, who are here to build positivity and good in the world, well, you've come to the right channel. Okay, so back to design, guys, which is why we're here. And what is important? Well, I'll be the first to admit it. I'm absolutely guilty of going all in on white boucle. I don't have white boucle here, but we've done it in projects. And that cloudy fluff-like texture is so fun. But unfortunately, it has now become a little bit too trendy. So can you still do boucle? Absolutely. Are we still doing boucle? Yes, but we're doing boucle with color, by the way, guys. So it's not that boucle is out, but the very white ubiquitous boucle is on its way out of 2024. So in 2025, pick a boucle with color. I love the texture. It's visually interesting. It's great to the touch. And by the way, if you have boucle pieces that you love, keep them. I love them, but bring in warmth behind or under the boucle pieces, right? So your backdrop is darker, your rugs are darker, and guess what? December the 12th, by the time you see this video, Ruggable has been officially launched. And this is a great time for me to introduce you to these rugs, because these rugs are going to be dark, they're going to be moody, and they're going to look great with all of your boucle furniture. There couldn't have been a better transition in this video. So we are going to link all of my new rugs if you guys are interested. I know so many of you were asking me on our Zoom calls, where are the rugs coming? They're here. They're dark, they're moody, and I am so in love with them. There's Alsace is the new black and white. It's a charcoal with beige colors, and Cassis is the new green, and there are lots of other ones. So make sure and click the link in the description section if you guys want to check out what's new at Ruggable. Before I get into the next trend, if you guys have a Zoom consultation need, this is the time to book them. I have met so many of you. We are literally transforming your homes. You guys are jaw-droppingly wonderful and kind and are so mesmerized by everything that we've been able to accomplish in these Zoom calls. It's insane. So if you need a consultation, 25 minutes, 55 minutes, whatever it may be, with layout problems, an issue you're having, furniture that doesn't fit, a layout that doesn't work, color that doesn't work for you, this is the time to book the consultation. All you have to do is click the link in the description, boom, my calendar comes up and we have a Zoom call. So back to Pampas grass. Did I mention Pampas grass? Well, a lot of us incorporated these into our homes and into our projects, but I'm afraid this boho Instagram viral look is definitively out in 2024. Pampas grass represented more than just sort of a decorative element. It was a cultural moment. I feel like it was part of the pandemic where a lot of us were trying to soften our spaces and whatnot. But now that everybody is back, they're back at work, they're working hard, they want power, they want groove, they want style, they want darkness, they want to move forward. The Pampas is a little bit too soft for what we're going to be doing in 2025. But here's the designer's truth. Trends are like relationships. They start with passion, they become comfortable, and then they become old, and they become annoying. So by eliminating this, it doesn't mean you can't have it. It just means let's freshen things up. This is definitely something easy you can get rid of. We can bring in some new elements that I will be definitely recommending for 2025. True design is not about copying a trend. You guys know that. I don't really follow trends. My architectural design sensibilities really rely on classic architecture, and I do love to throw in trends here and there. But it's important to understand why that trend resonated in the first place. While we're on the topic of using creative approaches, I'd like to talk about a class I've really enjoyed taking lately. I think I've talked to you guys about this before. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. As an interior designer, I'm always looking for new ways to tell stories through spaces, but lately I've been wanting to tell stories in a different way, through words, whether it's writing more engaging video scripts, crafting compelling project proposal for clients, or working on my design blog. So I knew I needed to level up my writing skills, and well, that's why I'm taking the Creative Writing Bootcamp, which is called Start a Brand New Story on Skillshare. And let me tell you the techniques I am learning about story structure and engaging your audience, all already helping me, as you guys have seen with the plaque. They're helping me present my design concepts in more compelling ways. So if you're not familiar with Skillshare, it's the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes taught by industry experts. So what I love about it is how diverse the course catalog is. You'll find everything from interior design, color theory, to business skills, to anything and everything that is creative, entrepreneurial, digital marketing. I mean, you name it, it's there. Even photography to help you document your project better. Or if you are like me, an interior designer and want to photograph your project. So one of my favorite features is, quite honestly, their learning paths. These are basically curated collections of classes that build on each other to help you master a specific skill. It's like having a personal curriculum designer. And here's the exciting part. The first 500 people to click the link in my description section will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, whether you want to improve your design skills, start a creative business, or explore a completely new passion like I am with creative writing. Skillshare has something for you. Get started today by clicking the link below. Extreme maximalism is out. I don't really think that it was really all that in, but I did see a lot of people going extreme, and I think it is 100% something that is dead in the water. It's just been profoundly misinterpreted. What most people understand as maximalism is actually visual chaos, cramming every possible color, texture, and object into a single space. You guys aren't doing this, but I just had to mention it. So the current interpretation of maximalism is like trying to listen to multiple radio stations simultaneously, everybody talking at the same time at the dinner table, and music being on at the same time. It's not art, it's noise, and it's gone. Now, this is one that breaks my heart because I love it, which means that even though it is a trend that is out, which I will share with you, you could still have it because I'm still going to continue with this trend. Scalloped details. It was so hot that it almost became out, but at the same time, if you guys know, Pretesi only does scalloped edges. So for those of us who are in the know, like you guys, we can continue the scalloped edge. But let's be real. Scalloping has become the pumpkin spice latte of design. What used to be the sophisticated detail now feels like it's plastered on everything on Pinterest boards, DIY blogs. Don't get me wrong, I still love a good scalloped edge, and you are going to continue to see it in my designs because if done beautifully and subtly, it's still very good. And I would beg to say that some of the trend predictors might be wrong on this one. Let me share what is bad and what is good. Scalloped edges will always be in. They were in back 20 years ago when I had a baby boutique and we would put scalloped edges on baby linens. It's just so chic. What's bad is the overt scallop. The scallop that has no purpose, like on your backsplash. Not so great. Or just falling down on the sides of your curtains without really any good reason. So a subtle scallop that I still love and will continue to love and will continue to see would be in linens, would be in this gorgeous sconce. There are Murano vases that have had scalloped edges since the end of time, and on furniture pieces. Subtle is where it's at. And since so many of you asked, today I am wearing my favorite jeans of all time, literally. These jeans by Frame, they have a cute little cuff. They come already cuffed, by the way. My very soft cashmere V-neck from Quince. I have a brand new belt I got from Net-a-Porter that's made by Kate, and my Chanel slides. Fluting! My God, if I see another flute, it's out. I'm sorry, guys, it's out. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I never espoused this trend, to be honest with you. It felt really forced. I was mesmerized by it for a moment, and then I thought within like 30 days, I'm like, no, this is everywhere. This is everywhere. Literally, it's everywhere. It's at Target, it's at Walmart, it's, you know, they're selling it at Home Depot. You can buy barrels and barrels of fluted. No, it's finished, it's gone. I'm sorry if you have it, it's okay though. If you have it, don't think that I am against it. I just think, unfortunately, something that is so good became so ubiquitous that it took away its specialness. And that's what happens with really good trends. Good trends tend to die fast because so many people implement them into their designs. And today, because of Pinterest, because of Instagram, because everybody shares everything, it's very hard to keep things at bay, and especially something that's new. There's another problem though that I've heard is the maintenance issue. So, you know, in the grooves, you gotta clean them. There's dust, there's grease in kitchen. So keep that in mind. Please love it, espouse it, and enjoy it. But I wouldn't do a new cabinet design in 2025 with this kind of fluting because I'm just afraid that it will be just too dated too soon. Shag carpets definitely have been out. Not only have they been out, I would say for a year or two, but they are definitely not in line with what we're doing in 2025. Everything is going to be tight. Everything's going to be clean, but it's going to be moody without the shagginess. So as much as, you know, some of us love shag with the comfort component, it's unfortunately on its way out. You can introduce shag. Again, there are ways of introducing these trends that are out that are subtle. So if you've got, for instance, a sheepskin rug that you want to throw on a chair, that I love, that I think is always going to be original. But having shag rugs everywhere is probably not the best idea for 25. Okay, the next issue that I personally had in my home that I got rid of, and I want to make sure everyone knows, are the gray floors. Gray flooring, gray staining, anything gray, unfortunately, has been out for a year and definitely not coming back to 2025. They are very, very cold, and so we've transitioned out of them. If you decide to do gray floors, because I always love doing what's not trending at the same time, I would make them a little bit different, make them cerused. So cerusing means essentially that you are adding white paint on top of the gray, and if you look at it, there's a white effect on top of the gray, which makes it interesting. With these 7 decor elements, you're well on your way to creating a home that feels elevated, inviting, and totally you. I want to know if any of you agree with any of these trends that need to go out, or if you love them and want to keep them. Either way, you're always right, because there is no right or wrong in design. It's just a matter of loving your aesthetic, loving your home, and being absolutely happy. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you again next week, which will probably be 2025. So happy New Year. Thank you for being on this journey with me through 24. Some of you have been here from day one. I got a comment from someone that said, I remember your first episode when you were introducing your kitchen. So that was, I think, 4 years ago. So thank you for the very loyal members that have been in this community this long. And I am loving all the new people that have been joining this community. And I love you guys. And I can't wait to see you in 2025 because we are going to have the best year ever. There's so much that's lined up. You have no idea what we've been cooking behind the scenes. So this is the time to really hone in on your design skills, and we are going to blow your mind because we have so much happening that is just absolutely game changing, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I don't think I can sleep, honestly. I don't even think I can wait for it to be 2025. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in 2025.